Hello friends! Welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our horizontal planners for the first week in April. I've got this little extra sheet here I'll be using as well as these sticker books which I'll pull from. This week I am attempting to add on the Alastair Method task list that I've been using for the past month into a horizontal. So I was trying to think of ways that I could incorporate that task list on this type of spread, which is a little bit hard to do on the spread as it's designed. And the best idea I came up with is to have some sort of fold out insert, as you can see. So I went ahead and printed out some dot grid paper so that I could build out the task list on that. And I'm going to just link it in here to the side of the spread and see how that goes. This is my first attempt, so I don't know if it's going to go well or what, but that is the plan, and that's why I'll be using the little extra sheet there on the right. And that kind of led me to think, well, what did I want to do for my spread? And I just really wanted it to be fun and bright and springy and floral. I feel like it's that time of year where I just want to see color and flowers and just all that fun that comes with spring and the new regeneration of life. I mean, it's a little bit much, but you know what I'm saying. Just, you know, at the end of winter to come and just kind of the hopefulness of spring. So I want to bring that into the spread and just get that going for the feels of April. I'm pulling in some florals from two books. One is the flower sticker book, I believe, and the other one is the layered florals. Those two have similar style flowers that I'm pulling here, and the layered florals has like a mix of boxes and different kind of functional stickers along with the decorative floral stickers, whereas the flowers sticker book just has the flowers. I used these patterns once before, so I don't have a full set, but with the two books I'm able to kind of create my own little spread here. And then I thought, well, the colors are kind of unusual, so I was looking at other books to see what I could pull in for more, I don't know, like decorative but quote stickers that weren't just flowers, and I sought out this Womankind sticker book, which has a lot of the same color schemes, and I'm pulling in some longer kind of quote stickers there just to add a little bit more color around in the middle section of the spread. I also have pulled in a yellow focus box. That's usually what I use that for. It's like the highlight of the day. So I pulled that from that sticker book, as well as a few smaller ones here that I'll be using, spreading around more of that color. Since there is so much color in these floral stickers, I'm just kind of going with it, and I'm making the whole spread just with all the variances of colors spread around instead of trying to lock it down into one color scheme. It's kind of hard to do that when you have stickers with multiple colors within them, kind of like these florals are, so I just, you know, I'm going to try to make the whole thing just feel like a big kind of colorful, lush feel to it, versus trying to narrow it down into one color, which would be really hard, or two colors. I think it would be pretty hard with the stickers I wanted to use. And now I'm getting into the watercolor gold sticker book, which is another book I thought had some similar colors in it that I could pull in. And I just put down a quote that says, "Your heart knows the way." Kind of liked the bright rainbowy tone of that one, as well as the "Have a lovely day" at the bottom, which is a little bit more pastel. They don't exactly match, but they do have the same feels. I also had pulled out that happy quote sticker from the same space, but it felt a little bit dark and heavy compared to the other two, so I went ahead and put that back. And now I'm looking for stickers just to kind of help fill up the space a bit, and again add a little bit more color spread around the spread. I'm kind of doing a V-shaped spread, as you can see here, with top corners and then the bottom center kind of heavy with decor. But with that little added insert, I'm trying to pull in a little bit of the decor there as well. So I'm doing a little bit of overlap, and I'm also doing a bottom little piece of florals there so that it all looks like it's seamless or part of the same spread. So now I'm back into that layered floral sticker book, and you can kind of see the variety of florals in there. I do have this page of just single flowers that are kind of nice for filling out some of the spaces and making the bigger florals look a little bit more lush, a little bit more varied. So I'm using that. And then just trying to see what else I have in here in this watercolor gold sticker book. Seeing if there's anything else I can pull in just to kind of highlight some other focus areas on the spread. And if you're unfamiliar with the way that I set up my horizontal, I like to divide each day into 3. And I usually have a space for a checklist, and then I have a place for a focus box or like the highlight of the day, and then decor. So each day across the page is divided into 3. I usually try to make a space for a focus area or a focus box, a literal box, on each day somewhere, and that's what I'm kind of looking for right now, some headers to play around with and kind of denote that area on the spread. So I'm moving some things in and out, trying to figure out what I like the best and what might work. Trying to vary up the colors again. Since there's so much color in the spread, I don't want it to be too heavy in one color in one area, which would make it look weird or make it stand out. Kind of need to vary it all around so that it feels like that was purposeful. If you have a bunch of green in one corner, but then you have all this other color spread around, it wouldn't have the same effect. It would draw your eye directly to the green, and it wouldn't feel balanced. So I had pulled out that Shine Bright as another tone with that kind of rainbow wash to it. And that was from the Watercolor Gold sticker book. I'm also pulling in some highlighters, which I'll be using too a little bit later on that insert and for my checklists. So now we're ready to move on to the actual page. I think I have a pretty solid foundation to start. So I'm just going to use some clear tape to kind of link these 2 pages together for the time being. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use washi or something a little bit more low-key like this tape. So I'm just going to start off with the clear, since it's going to be covered at the top at least by the paper florals, and then maybe make a decision on how else I might want to link the pages together, maybe with some washi or something. I'm not sure exactly yet. I didn't want to use a patterned washi that was going to be too distracting. I didn't want it to be a super defined line of washi there on the edge, and I also didn't want it to butt up against the florals, so that's kind of why I'm just using the clear tape for this week. But maybe if I continue the same method for the rest of the month, I will use some kind of form of washi to, make a little section there and also to link the pages together. So I'm moving things over now, starting with that upper corner and just kind of moving things over one by one. I did do a little bit of trimming of the florals where they overlap on the page, and I'm saving those there on the wax paper so that I can reuse them where I can. It is a little tougher to reuse the scraps with the paper florals because of the border, but I am going to do my best to make that happen. And I'm moving over this big chunk here at the bottom, which is going to be a little bit tricky to cut up and separate those pages. Also making some shifts on where the florals are going to go next to each other on the fly, just things that I felt would look better in a different position. And just moving some things down. I'm going to go ahead and white out this darker line here so that I can put the quote on top. And I realized this after I had finished the video that I moved that a little bit too fast, didn't let that white ink dry, so it kind of got on the back of my cutting mat, but I'll figure out a way to get it off. And I've trimmed out the bottom piece of stickers that were overlapping, and now I'm going to go ahead and separate the pages and then trim out the holes so that I can get this guy back in my planner when we're done. And as you can see on the back side of that page, I had some florals there on my April monthly setup. So I'm obviously in the floral mood. I guess it's that time of year, like I said, for florals and color. I'm just happy to have that in my planner right now. So I'm moving over that quote. I'm going to put it right there on top. And a couple of those other stickers I had set up. This upper corner is a little bit tricky. I wanted to have flowers there, but I didn't want to cover up the dates, so I'm maneuvering around the text there. Like I said, it was a little bit tricky. Then I decided to move some of these over by hand just because they weren't linked close enough to all come off at once, and I also made some different decisions as far as placement when I was making that adjustment. I actually like that better with the floral, the green flower there flipped upside down. I'm going to go ahead and trim these out and then save those clippings. And I'm liking that so far. I will be using those extra pieces around. So I was going to put some of those actually within the spread. Now that I have that whole extra insert, I won't need as much space for actual to-dos on the individual day. It's kind of the beauty of the Alastair Method list. It really allows you to keep a running list of tasks for the whole week and decide what day you're going to be working on without actually having to commit to that day. You have the ability to easily maneuver the task from day to day without having to rewrite it, which is really just, it's been really awesome this last month trying it out in the dashboard. But I missed my horizontal, so I really just wanted to come back to it and see if I can make that work both, in the dashboard as I was doing last month, but also in my horizontal. So we'll see how this goes. The technique is great, like I said. It was just going to be a little bit weird trying to fill up a horizontal spread, I think, alongside this task list. If it works, I will keep it, but if not, I may just go back to my normal horizontal spread and just bite the bullet and move things from week to week, or move things down the week, or just have a this week list again. Not sure yet. So I've moved over as many clippings as I could, and now I'm going to put in some checklist boxes just spread around. I pulled 4 colors of highlighters here, and these are actually my friction highlighters, so they are erasable. So if I decide I need to have more or less as the week goes by, I can easily erase or add, as needed, or make adjustments. So that's going to be really good for this week, since again, this is my first week in this kind of newer layout. And now I'm just trying to figure out how this is all going to work out here with the spine. And I'm going to go ahead and make a little trim there to one of the stickers that was getting caught, and then just lightly score through the stickers so that they will bend properly. Decided that I was going to keep the area pretty clear and neutral, no washy, so I just went ahead and put another piece of clear tape down to seal up the whole spine of the insert. And I feel like I'm going to need some florals here on the insert as well, just so that when it's folded in, it looks like it's part of the spread. I think it would be really cute to kind of do a little bit better job incorporating it into the look of the spread, but it was my first week and really just did not know how this was going to go, so I didn't take the time to really figure that out. But maybe in the future I'll do something that has a little bit more of a seamless transition into the decor of the spread, so it looks great both closed and open, where it's all part of the same spread. I'm going to take a little bit more maneuvering, obviously, but that would be something I think would, take this spread to another level. I do feel like I'm using a ton more stickers than I would normally on this spread, which it's good to know, because if I do keep this method of having this little fold out insert, that I might need to have a lot more decor than I'm used to fill the spread out and make it look good. Can't be scrounging for decor, because that's going to really be hard to make it fill the entire space of both the spread and this insert. And here I'm just trying to figure out a nice compilation of flowers that I can put on here again to kind of marry the two spreads together, or the two areas together, but without taking up too much space for the list that I want to add in. So I'm just kind of maneuvering things. I also don't know what I'm going to use the inside for. I mean, I might need to continue the task list depending on how many tasks I have. This is a pretty spacious dot grid, which I picked out on purpose because I wanted to have a lot of visual space for writing and not be too constrained. But I mean, if I have more tasks than I can fit on the side, I might use the inside as well for the task list, like a continuation. Otherwise, I'm thinking maybe I could put like the weekly goal on the inside, and just, something that kind of highlights my goals and works towards my quarterly goals. Not real sure yet how I'm going to use that, but I like having those options. So since I had some extra trimmings here, I'm just going to try to pull those in where I see space and where I think they can fit. Trying to use all the pieces that I can. I'm going to go ahead and pull in that weird, reminds me of coral or seaweed, that little piece I just added there next to the pink flower. And now I am going to go ahead and prepare the Alastair list here on camera. I usually don't do this on camera. It's a little bit, more tedious, but I'll go ahead and show you guys how I'm going to prepare it for this week, so you guys will know, and in case you want to do something similar in your spread. Basically, I'm highlighting every other day so that I can easily track which day my task is on. And I'm going to go ahead and use those same colors that I already pulled out for the checklist, tying those in. And then once I set this up with the dates and just where I'm going to put the tasks, we will be done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye!